Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Brink, as we are back for everybody's favourite hour or so of the week. But we are standing right now on a hill in beautiful, sunny Melbourne, 2019 Australian Grand Prix. You usually hear a Canadian voice right about now. She is around. You'll hear her soon. Right now, let's hear an actual Australian accent. They can speak proper English. We can. His name is Samuel McCrossan, and he's standing right next to me. Hello, Sam. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, thank you very much, Ben. And I am Australian, and I always be Australian.
Can you say the number 6 for me, please?
6.
Oh, look at that. So beautiful, so great, so fantastic. We are at the Australian Grand Prix. This is officially marking us completing the set for the decade of the 2010s. We officially can say we've been to every Grand Prix in Australia this decade, and our favourite time of the year, isn't it?
Oh, this is our Christmas morning, isn't it, Ben? And interesting, every race of the decade.
That's crazy. Crazy to think. We're about to have the supercars go out. They're heading out the track right now. Now, you're a bit of a supercar fan. You've really grown your interest in it in the last few years, haven't you? What is it that's really started to get you involved in what we used to call the V8s, and now they're just, what are they, V6s now, aren't they?
No, there's still V8s.
Oh, they?
But there's two-door V8s now, the Mustangs. Very nice looking motor car. But I think the reason I'm getting back into it, I think, is because it's not on Channel 7.
No.
I hate Channel 7. They're a terrible TV network. Don't watch them.
Hello to all our Channel 7 employees today, because I'm sure they're listening in abundance. But we just had first practice, F1, Hamilton on top. What are your first thoughts quickly on Formula 1 cars for 2019?
Well, I'm a bit wary that it might be a bit of a false economy there, Ben. I think that Ferrari have clearly got the fastest car based on what we saw in testing and what we saw this morning. So, yeah, interesting. I can't wait. I think it is going to be close-ish, but I expect Vettel to be the man this weekend.
Well, you said to me when we were getting autographs this morning, you looked at me and I think you said Vettel, world champion this year, and it's not common for me to hear those words from your mouth. You're not a Ferrari fan, but I do appreciate the fact that you can say things like this, Ham. Makes me happy.
Yes, well, I try and keep my my views authentic, and yes, I think Vettel's the man this year. I'd be very surprised if he didn't win it, based on what we've seen already.
Well, we got the supercars about to come out. Who's your man or woman? Simona's in this, of course. Who's your person in the supercar championship?
Well, Dick Johnson's my man because he's basically the
Like a bit of Dick.
Yeah, I do actually. He's very much he's like the Gary Ablett of supercars, to my mind. And so I'm always on board with his team as Shane Van Gisbergen goes past. And they're all going past now, including my man Scott McLaughlin. But Chaz Moster's my favourite, so hopefully he'll be driving for Dick in the near future.
Well, I love myself some Simona. And I don't know what car she drives anymore. Does she still drive the Nissan?
She does. She still drives the Nissan. It's so loud right now.
It's louder than the Formula 1 cars. We're going to end this in just a second, because we're definitely going to be doing a few more of these in the weekend. Oh, here she is, this Simona here in the Harvey Norman. There's Del Silvestro. I'll just let those go past. Yeah, all right, well, we're here. We're going to do a few more of these across the weekend. But, Sam, it's good to have you back. And do you reckon you can make a phone call or two to get the Sarge back? 'Cause it's been a while since we've had him on the show.
He's been off the grid, Ben, but I reckon we can track him down.
All right, we'll find out very soon whether he's going to be on the show or not. As we're coming to you in a bit of an interesting edition of this show, it still gives us time to do the following segment.
This is like a flashback. This is like a dream.
That, of course, is Flashback. It's not a segment that's going to follow you anyway. As always, we are in the year that is 2014, and we are continuing on with some of the best bits from the year that was 2014. And without giving you any information other than the title of each track, you are going to hear from John Bailey reads the script, Reggie talks India, Rob Mills doesn't know who Paris Hilton is, The Sun will come out with T-Bird, and Tony Hawk interview. See if you can decode what any of those ones potentially are.
So it looks like you're through typing now.
I am. I've written something there, and feel free to.
I just now noticed that you left the F out of the FM.
I did. So look,
99.3 M. I thought that was just an Australian thing.
Yeah, we're different here. We don't care about the F in Australia.
We'll leave the F's out of there. We don't care. We only have FM. We just have M. Because ever since the Wiggles came out, we just decided to drop the M altogether.
You haven't even added a crikey in there. I'm proud.
That's because that's not the way you talk down there. I've got friends that are Australian.
I've never ever heard an Australian that isn't Steve Irwin utter the word crikey.
And I've never heard anybody down there say anything about shrimps and barbies.
Yes, we don't even call them
shrimps.
shrimps.
Other than the Barbie dolls that you can buy.
We don't even call them shrimps. We call them prawns down here.
Just throwing another prawn on the Barbie. Of course you call them prawns. Doesn't anybody watch District 9? Of course they're prawns.
Exactly. Come on.
Let me read this thing for you. Tune in to the Brink on the Edge. Make sure I read this right. Tune in to the Brink on the Edge Radio. Well, your script is very terribly written.
It is.
Tune in to the Brink on Edge Radio 99.3 FM, weekday mornings from 7 to 9 a.m. It's the most epic breakfast radio show in all of Hobart. John Paley approves this message. Babes. that will require some editing on your part, but at least you have.
Oh, look, you mentioned before you were editing. That's pretty much the story of my life as well. So she's got a very strong cult following, but they just don't seem to vote for her to save. Like, she's very close to being evicted each week.
Well, considering she's an Indian, like there's lots of people that work in Indian call centres and that, and you know, isn't that what nearly all the call centres are in India? You think they'd be voting
pretty
for
much, yes.
Like, hello.
They should connect the dots there and have that, Reggie's.
Yeah.
I can see. There you go. That's why they're saving it to the end of the season so that they can all vote for her to win.
Yeah.
Stop calling us while we're eating our dinner, asking about our long distance carrier, and vote for Priya.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it for me.
Elle listens to this show as well too.
Yeah,
so
Elle McPherson for me when I was really young.
Yeah.
And as I would grow up, it was just I don't know. Jolie.
She was the icon of the time.
Angelina now.
Yes.
Angelina's...
Angelina.
She's a mum. I know she's a mum, but she is.
I was going to say, actually, no, I better not mention...
Out with it.
I was going to say Paris Hilton. No, too soon.
Who's that?
Yeah, it's still too soon after all these years.
Well, I have to ask you to put you in the zone right here this morning for you, T-Bird. Now, I'm putting you right on the spot with this. You have no idea I'm going to ask you this. What are the chances of you actually giving us a rendition of Tomorrow, famously sung by you in Survivor Africa?
And I don't think your fans are ready for that.
Damn it.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow. Till there's none. When I think of a day that's gray and lonely, I just pick up my chin and grin and say, that'll come out tomorrow. You want more, Ben?
Oh, look, I want to give you a separate round of applause for that. It was like you were bored to do that this morning and you knew I was going to ask you. That is brilliant.
You knew I was going to do that.
How often do you break out to that on a flight, on a long haul flight?
Actually, I've not broken out in song. You know what? I did actually do it for a charity. They were, they were giving money to the charity. I'm like, oh yeah, shoot, yeah, absolutely. But not since then.
Wow.
Only for you, Ben.
Breaking
Only
new
for
ground
you.
here. Look at this.
Morning, Tony. How are you finding the Australian Grand Prix? Your first ever Formula One race?
No, actually, I've done exhibitions at another one in Abu Dhabi as well, and it's a great it's a great crossover crowd for us. They like the adrenaline rush and they like the excitement, and they like to look over from the track over to the ramp, and we have a blast.
A lot of fans go out there to see you. We were there yesterday. It's absolutely packed. I mean, is this coming to Australia and performing in these massive crowds? It must still be a buzz, sort of, bringing the skateboarding back down here.
I love it. I mean, the fact I still get to do it for a living is incredible to me. But Oz crowd is always one of the best. They have embraced skating since day one. It's very much a surf and skate culture like that. So anytime I get to come back, I love it.
Do you get a chance to go and mingle with some of the drivers, meet some of the F1 drivers at all?
I haven't yet. I'm going to go check out a paddock tour today, and I did one hot lap in a V8, but I haven't really been. I've been so busy at the ramp, I haven't been able to check out the race too much.
Do you have any drivers you really want to meet and sort of have a bit of a chat with at all when you're down in the pits?
I don't know. Yeah, whoever's available.
Go for Daniel Ricciardo. There's an easy tip for you.
Okay, there we go.
Cheers, Tony. Thank you very much. We are still at the Grand Prix for 2019, and I have got for you, will return for you, the beautiful, wonderful sound of a Formula One car in the background. The beautiful, wonderful Mallory Foster. Mallory, welcome.
What is on right now?
The two-seater F1 car. Can you not hear that?
Yeah, and I see it on the screen. I just didn't know.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm warm. Very warm.
How are you finding your first Formula One Grand Prix experience?
Other than warm, fantastic.
I'm honestly a little bit sad that it's, and this is a weird thing to be sad about, that it's actually so warm over these days, because generally there's always at least 1 or 2 days where it's kind of a bit overcast, a bit grey, you need your jumper, and but we've gotten 3 hot days here. So what's been your experiences so far? What have been your highlights?
On our first day yesterday, meeting the 3 other people that we were standing with, we were the very first ones in line, and Daniel Ricciardo fan came up and hung out with us, and then these 2 older guys did, and it was just fun to just hang out with them. Yeah. You
got pretty close to the drivers. You weren't quite in a spot to talk or get autographs because I kind of stole your spot. I'm sorry about that, but you got to be close and hear them and see them?
Yes, that was enjoyable. Your conversation with Danny Dan was pretty great.
I asked him to sing about his testicles again, which is not a conversation or a question I generally ask people, but if anyone's seen the Formula One Netflix series, you'll get that reference. But it's quite warm today. We are sitting behind the main straight grandstand waiting for Samuel to show up to have our sneaky beer. You're not going to have a beer though?
No.
No.
A beery kind of person.
We went to the Ruggers the other night. We're going to go to the soccer this evening, which I don't think you're looking forward to that much. I mean, what are you thinking about the soccer tonight?
Soccer's boring.
Why did you agree to come with me then?
Because you wanted me to.
I did, yes. We might do a recording of the soccer tonight for you to talk about your experiences, but you can hear that beautiful music in the background. Do you appreciate that actual Formula One sounding car?
I do. I didn't think I would, but I do.
We can see they've got the ultimate speed comparison at the moment, which essentially is where they get a road car. Well, it used to be a V8 supercar, now it's like some other form of racing car, and a old two-seater Minardi Formula One car. They stagger their starts, and then essentially whoever, well, they're meant to cross the finish line at the same time, which doesn't
happen yesterday.
The times I've seen, it doesn't happen that much, to be honest, but yeah, you can hear that car revving itself up, the Hyundai, whatever it is, and off it goes. You can see our grandstand in the background, quite empty at the moment, but obviously it's very sunny, so a lot of people seeking shade. We've got an abundance of free iced tea. Sadly, no free noodles though.
What? Oh, no free cooked noodles. Lots of not cooked noodles.
One like, just listen to that beautiful sound. We've won like 6 packets of noodles today, did we win?
Yeah. 7. 6?
7, 6, one of them.
One. I got 1. And then I got 5. 7.
You did, yes, that's true. 7. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. But yeah, no, we'll probably do a recording at the soccer night. We might speak to Sam again. Don't know if the Sarge is coming on. We're not doing our quiz this week, which is sad, but we'll do that next week. Anything else you want to add?
No. Go team.
Go team. You couldn't do an episode of The Brink without bringing you this.
It's that time of the week to play everybody's favorite game show. It's Forget the Lyrics here on the Brink on Edge Radio. Over to the studio.
Oh, Forget the Lyrics, which of course you can hear new ones on the Ben and Mel Variety Hour weekly on Radio Southland 96.4 FM from 8 p.m. New Zealand Standard Time Wednesdays. But we're going to hear some flashbacks, some old ones, old Forget the Lyrics, that's where I'm saying the word flashbacks from. And again, without giving you any information except what the song's called and who it's by, you can hear total clips of the heart by Kevin Rudd, Tum Thumping by myself, Umbrella by myself, Under Pressure with myself and Dakota, Uptown Girl with myself and Josh, and Video Kill the Radio Star from Josh.
Come with me on a tour of Australia, we'll see everything, it's great. Come with me and we'll see Sydney, the Harbour Bridge. Melbourne's MCG and Adelaide's next, so hold on to your seats. The city of churches on the Great Aussie Bight, now we're off to Perth. Perth's okay. I love the Swan River. Now we're at Darwin, we see the Arnhem Land, and then we're going to Brisbane. The Gold Coast Coast, and the something else, and then something else. Now we're in Hobart, we're going to stay with Josh and Ben if it's okay. Then we're going to go overseas and show the Brits that we can take the Ashes. The Ashes is ours. The Ashes is ours and not theirs. And we'll beat them at the cricket. And we'll beat them at the rugby. And we'll beat them every time that we meet on this oval. And then we're going to go and beat them more, because we're the Aussies. And then we're going to go and beat them again. At soccer, I know that game's very lame. I don't know what I'm singing more about now. I just love Australia because I'm the Prime Minister. I don't know what else to sing about. Ben, can you help? I really don't know now, Ben.
Well, that's not my problem. Keep singing.
I don't want to sing with her, though.
Just sing it, Kevin.
I asked for her. I asked for her. Nothing I can say. I really dislike Ben Waterworth. He let me down big time.
We'll be shooting when we're playing at Laser Skirmish. I get shot down, but I get up again. I'm gonna run around the ground, gonna shoot Sam in the head. Go headshot, and then run around and dance around. Anthony's coming at him with a gun, and bang! Sam is dead on the ground. Oh no, the cat's lost. It's a bad day for Sam. He's gonna get really shot. Shooting around the park. Shooting around the park. I pick up a gun, I shoot a gun. I shoot a friend, I shoot him in the head. I'm gonna make sure that they're all dead and make sure that the lasers are on the head. Oh, shooting around, shooting the guns. It's Laser Skirmish. Sam gets shot down. He doesn't get up again. He broke his leg. Oh no, he's injured. Call an ambulance. He's really screwed. Oh, Anthony is dancing on Sam's corpse. The guys at Laser Skirmish are worried their insurance isn't going to pay for it.
Sorry, I need to clear my throat. Oh, my bad. Yeah, on the brink. February 29th, yeah. Sitting here with my homie Josh. Looking at him, not wanting to botch, yeah. Waiting around for that man Graham Sturgis, Sitting thinking of the lyrics here on Forget, Let's Go Ben. Sitting here, looking without fear at the clock. It's not a balk. What? I like today because it happens once every 4 years. And if you didn't know that, then clean out your ears. Because this time next week is 100. That's the show number of us. It works really, really well, so why not come down here on the bus? If you're listening to me right now, then please don't have a cow, because there's one thing to say, and that is what that is today. Today, here on the Brink, February 29, on the Brink. This is Forget. I just lost the song. Hang on a minute. Josh, do you want to fill in something there? No. Okay, thank you. They're sitting here, still thinking with my ears. I don't know what to say, so let's just pray that next week's 100th show is gonna work together, because next week's show could be scratched with a feather. Because when you tune into the radio every Friday on Edge 99, that is one thing that you hear, and it is got nothing to do with swine. It is called the Brink with Ben and Josh every Friday and Thursday. I like the way he flosses on the Brink. That's the way it goes. So it doesn't stink on the Brink, edge, on the Brink, edge, Brink, in the damn song. Yo, diving, Oh, wrong song. Kick it! Or dive it off the board. I don't think they kick it in diving. Jumping off things, they're called platforms. My mind went blank. Diving at the Commonwealth Games, it's really prestigious. Just ask Matt Mitchum. He won gold in Beijing at the Olympics. Don't think people remember that. He dives off boards. He does flips. Lands in the water. That's how he does it, cause it's diving at the Glasgow Games. They do tricks and stuff that are quite insane. And when he flips now, he could land on his head and fall down flat. Now, fall down on his head. Dakota da. Oh. Da da da. Okay. Have you ever watched a diving? They're up pretty high. Sometimes they fall and down on their face. Oh, da. Diving. It's a good sport. Diving. Jumping off the diving board, yeah. Oh god, what is this? Okay. See, this is one of those songs where I just stuff it up. You've lost the plot? I've lost the lyric. Yeah. You want me to go? Or? Yeah, if you want. Flipping off the board. Diving is pressure on Dakota when he sings. Do you know this bit? Yeah, I do. Go. Oh, you want me to sing? Yeah. You can forget the lyrics? Really? Never. They dive off the board and they die. Why? Why do they dive? Goes forever. This is like Freddie Mercury blowing an O-ring right now. Diving off the board now. They fall off the thing. Oh, he's landed on his head. He's broke his neck. Oh, the Commonwealth is all upset. Why didn't he go and compete in the safe sport like lawn bowls or curling, which is in Commonwealth Games? But I thought of it. I don't know. Have we lost this song? We have. Yep. We've totally lost this song. Kevin Rudd.
He's really a big Kevin dud. He's gonna close the pubs tonight by 7:30. Oh my why? Because he's trying to stop the drinkers having fun because they really are tinkers. Because they're going to the loo. Oh no, 7:30's too early, right? That's why. And when you close it, you'll get hit with some guy's fist. And then when you close it, and someone will kick your head. Oh, there goes Kevin. He's gonna get hit in their head with a big something. Cause he's wanting to close the pubs really early. This is really fast song I haven't found some time to slow right down.
Okay. We'll change it now. You can sing this bit too. Kevin Rudd, you know people are gonna think you're a dud. Gonna close the pubs early, where are people gonna drink? They can't go every day and listen to the Brink. That will lead them back to the pub, but it'll be closed cause you're a dud. I'm gone. What's going on? Here we go. Then when Kevin realises Ben stuffed up the forget the lyrics, he kicks him out. Okay, we're gonna regroup. Because Kevin is in love with closing pubs early. He wants to make them really curly. Because that's what Kevin does on a Sunday. He makes love to his wife because he's Darcy. That's what he does. I just mentioned the Prime Minister making love. I'm going to fade out now.
There was a Facebook status I just really saw. It happened like 15 minutes ago, you know. It was from Sam, it made me really blow. It really freaked me out. They said he ate something off the table. It looked like white powder, it could have been sugar. But then he realised what it really was. He frothed at the mouth. And I laughed at him. Sam ate soap off his desk. Sam ate soap right off his desk. Then he said on Facebook, you know, I've got something in my mouth. And this time I said to him, you're a real dope. You really just had to do something like that, you McCrossan. I can tell you now, Ben, this is what happened. It was soap. It was soap! Sam just ate soap right off his desk. Sam ate soap off his desk! This is my song about Sam eating soap. I know it's not really right to the tune, but this was the 80s version of Technological's music.
As promised, we are going to record a segment at the soccer, where Melbourne Victory currently leading Brisbane Roar 2-0. We just started the second half, and I have Sleeping Beauty next to me. Good evening.
Hi.
What's crack-a-lack-a McCracken?
Not much.
How are you enjoying your first experience of A-League football? It's not that bad, is it? You cheered both times we scored a goal?
Yes, I am smart enough to do that.
But you were happy that they scored goals?
They did very well.
And you cheered?
Yes.
Now, sadly today during qualifying, we didn't get the result we wanted. Stupid Hamilton scored a pole. What was your take on qualifying? Didn't you say anything else besides making a fart noise?
We're very disappointed in Strolly.
Yeah, poor little Lancey, 16th. But what are we going to do tomorrow?
We're going to bring a Canadian flag.
We're going to buy one each?
Yeah.
And what are we going to do with them?
Wave them.
And we're going to be his only supporters out of about 120,000 people at the track, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you think he can? I'm going to go in a bold prediction. 10th place for Strodden. He's going to get a point. He's going to get a racing point.
I do not think he's going to get that lucky.
You don't?
No.
All right, well, look, was there a bet in this? No? You've got no money, so there's no point in making a bet. No, look, I'm hoping for a good race because I think Samuel and I were discussing the fact that we've been to a lot of Grand Prix together, but yeah, there hasn't been a good... I would go out on a limb and say there hasn't been a very exciting Australian Grand Prix probably since about 2013. As Melbourne are about to score a goal here, no. Yeah, every race in the turbo era hasn't exactly been memorable. I mean, I've enjoyed the last two just because Ferrari have won, but if I was to take the scarlet red tinted glasses off, they weren't exactly the most memorable Grand Prix. But I'm hoping for your sake that we can leave tomorrow and go, that was entertaining.
Yes.
You made some friends next to us at the track?
We did.
Who did they go for?
I think Mercedes.
Got a Mercedes hat on.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of Ferrari people in front of us, which is good. Got some British people somewhere behind us who cheer every time for Hamilton, and little old Lando Norris, 8th on his debut, qualifying. Good job from him. So, yeah, that was an enjoyable day. I'm not as tired today as I was yesterday. How's your dinner?
Yum.
Thinking a cheeseburger and ice cream on the way back up?
No.
Really?
Really, really.
I think you're going to change your mind. Whoa! And Brisbane just scored a goal. And somebody behind us definitely was not happy about that. That was a lob shot. Holy crap. That was a bit fancy. And how many fans do you reckon are over there? The 30 fans wearing orange in the corner?
Look at
Aren't they happy? Big weekend for Brisbane. There's 2 Melbourne versus Brisbane games this weekend. We've already gone and seen the Storm play, and here we are. So the goalie has rolled it out, and then the Royal player has just lobbed it back over his head. Well, that is a fuck-up if I've ever seen one from the Melbourne Victory goalkeeper. Wow. What do you think about that? Anyway, 2-1. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop recording this. We'll chat more about it. And anything else you wish to say before I end this segment? Ice cream. Okay, then. That's the bad reaction. Moving on. Well, we are still at the Circuit D Cata Albert Park. It's Sunday now. We've forwarded time because we're that cool. And I'm joined by the main man of the plan, Stan, Sam.
Hello, Benjamin.
How are we today?
Good, good. Well, this is a very exciting time of year, isn't it?
This is the part where you and I get a little bit wet in the nether regions and a little bit moist in places that we probably can't really talk about, right?
Well, yes, certainly very moist. Yeah, half an hour before the Grand Prix, half an hour before the Australian Grand Prix. Can you believe that?
It's crazy. How many years now have we been in this exact moment and feeling moist in these regions? Like, it's now our 10th in a row, at least this decade.
Or 9th in a row. 9th in a row together.
Not together, that's right. It's important that we're together.
It is important that we're together. Very important that we're together.
But it's exciting to be here, and how are your thoughts right now? Now, as I choke on my Lipton iced tea, what a product Lipton iced tea is. Get involved, folks. Lipton iced tea, it's great. What are your thoughts right now? How are you feeling about this race today?
Well, Ben, I'm quite surprised actually about the results yesterday. I expected the Ferraris to be basically where the Mercedes are, first and second on the grid and miles ahead of anyone. But there you go. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited, but I don't know. I'm unsure if there's going to be any action today. We'll see.
And we're joined now by the most beautiful person at Albert Park, who has just walked over with another 5-pack of noodles.
Yes, brings us up to a full 22 packets of noodles to bring home.
We have won 22 packets of noodles, Magori noodles, best noodles in the world. Get out there and buy yourself a packet of McGoring noodles, proud sponsors of the Brink. Mallory, what are your thoughts right now before the race? You and I are representing... Oh, shoot. We're representing the Canadian love for Lance Stroll. We thought we were the only ones here. But, indeed, we've got a few more Canadian players walking around. I think we're discovering a lot more of these Stroll fans.
I think every time we discover a new Stroll fan, it makes me appreciate him just a little bit more and appreciate, like, Canada getting behind sport a little bit more.
He gave us a thumbs up today.
He did. It was an exciting moment in my life.
Now, Sam, you haven't given me, I haven't seen you long enough today, to be honest, your little predictions, like your little excited, like, tell us, come on, Sam, give us your thoughts.
All right, well, you know who I'm supporting today, don't you, Ben?
No, I don't, Sam. I really am intrigued to know.
There can only be one man, Ben. Come on, you know who it is. You know who it is.
Well, I do, but I just thought I'd, get the build-up a little bit going right now.
Fine. His name is Antonio Giovinazzi.
Give him the chainsaw for Giovinazzi.
There's a chainsaw. You can't see it, but you can hear it.
No, I think you're wrong, Sam. You know who I'm backing today is somebody who's going to do incredibly well. Alexander Albon. Get in there. Ding.
Actually, you know I love Albon.
Well, I like the little meme that was going on the other day. Alex Albon, Alex Alboff when he crashed in the wall. What's your thought today? Who are you backing today?
Do I have to do the whole thing?
You do a chainsaw. You go ring ding ding ding.
Ring ding ding ding.
But who's your prediction?
Little Strolly.
Little Lancey Stroll. Ring ding 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 ding.
Beautiful, thank you.
Now I've already made a bold prediction. Samuel McCrossan. Lance Stroll's going to get a point today.
Well, I think that might be stretching things a little bit, but for my Canadian friends, all my Canadian friends out there, there's one of them. I hope that Lance gets a point today. There you go.
What about Danny Rick?
Danny Rick, 2 points for Danny Rick.
2 points, Danny Rick. Get on Danny Rick. All right. We had a bit of a chance encounter this morning. You rang me up at about 10:30 in the morning, still in bed, thinking, oh, yep, nice little casual day. Oh,
the guy carrying the noodles.
Quick, go rob him. There's some noodles there for you. Thought you were just ringing me to say, like, yeah, I'm here for a coffee, Ben. But no, you were ringing me up to tell me something a little bit more exciting.
I was. Your main man.
My actual main man.
Your main man, Sebastian Vettel, was casually riding his bike down the street, rode right past me, and stopped at a little, juice bar thing. And I kept walked past, and then I realised I was right outside your B&B. And gave you a call, didn't I?
Did. So I came down, put the pants on, rushed down, didn't even have a shower. Stood with you for a little bit and waited, and I met him. I met Seb. I wished him luck. Got a photo with him. Now, funny story is, the other day when we were walking past the same place, Mallory gave me a good call, bad call, but we think it actually must have been Seb, didn't you?
Yeah, I said, there was a guy in there who looked a ton like Sebastian Vettel. It must have been him.
Yeah. So now we realise that must be Seb's little go-to spot in Melbourne. So we're tempted to go there and get ourselves a smoothie to see if it's worth it.
Well, very good. So maybe it was him. That might be his juice bar.
It is
a juice bar.
Seb's juice bar. There you go. All right. We'll probably do a recording this evening. We're going to go get ourselves some Norris burgers this evening, some Nando's. What a little performance. Little Lando Norris. What a little champion.
Yeah, I'm a Lando fan too.
Me too. I'm on the Lando bandwagon. I'm in the Landwagon.
I'm not massive on George Russell. Don't mind him, but not massive. But Albon and Norris, they're my two fellas.
Well, I do have to admit though, I have a bit of respect for Russell, who basically came out after qualifying 19th and was smiling like a Cheshire cat and happy to be there. So I have to respect him for that. I remember Jenson Button qualifying on the back row of the grid back in his debut in 2000. I don't think he was that happy. So, and also props to Robert Kubica. Hit the wall yesterday in qualifying and dead last, but he came out and said the only reason he hit the wall is because the car actually started to work and it felt fast for once. So that's why he hit the wall. So props to my man Robert.
Props, mad props. I'm giving him mad props.
I'd give him a mad lick. Any final thoughts here, Mallory, before you witness your first F1 race? We're now 45 minutes away from seeing it all kick off and start first season 2019.
The excitement is building. That's my only thought right now. Yeah.
Well, get on it. Get everyone. Can we get around it in count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Get around it. Woo. Yes. All right. Let's move this movable feast underway. Well, I feel we couldn't wrap this week's episode up without having to say goodbye to one gentleman, and do it by being very much on a tram in Melbourne because that's very proper. We've recorded in a car, we've recorded in a train. I don't think we've ever done a tram before, so here we are.
Hello, Ben. I think this might be the first one we've done on a tram, but I'm sad, Ben. I'm sad because the Australian Grand Prix is over, and it's a hollow feeling knowing that it's all done and dusted for another year.
How did you find the race itself?
Well, it was relatively uneventful, I would say, but I've just been saying to you now, Ben, that I'm really spun out by the result. I just can't believe it. Like, I thought, like you, that Ferrari were going to turn up and basically do what Mercedes did.
And yeah, and I think the shocking thing too, the fact that Mercedes came out and wiped the floor, but it wasn't the person you would think would have done it. Valtteri Bottas was about a 30-second win too, wasn't it? That's that would be the most dominant win at Albert Park, since Seb in 2011? I don't think a driver's won by about that much in a very long time, have they?
Well, not that I can recall, Ben. It was a dominant drive, and that's another reason I was spun out. It's not just a Mercedes win, but it's a Mercedes win by Bottas and not Hamilton.
Well, on the flip side of things, sad for Ferrari, 4th and 5th, but I said it before. I said that our man, Lance Stroll, was going to get points today, and this beautiful creature in front of me is very happy, even though she's actually very tired. You just saw a Canadian get 2 points in a Formula 1 Grand Prix. How are you feeling?
Wonderful.
Are you awake at the moment?
Not really.
You're sore and tired?
Yeah.
But overall, your first ever Grand Prix, how would you rate it?
11 out of 10.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. I will say, Sam, it is also sad because we don't get to do these recordings as much as we used to now that I live a few hours away across a stretch of water. But we're going to get you back on. We're going to do some Skype stuff and do that because I feel we miss your voice. We miss having your voice on the show, Samuel McCrossan.
Well, I look forward to it, Ben. Thank you for picking up my voice.
Yeah, you're welcome, and I think we'll also try and track down that Sarge man because I don't think we found him this weekend, did we?
No, we didn't. We didn't see Sarge this weekend. So, but you never know. He's out there somewhere. He is. I believe he could be living in New Zealand.
Oh, well, we'll have to find that out. We'll get you on very soon, I think, on the show. In the next few weeks, we'll make it happen. In the meantime, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Don't squeeze on my foot as hard as you were doing. Subscribe on all the relevant channels and keep listening because if you don't, we won't exist. But you don't anyway, so we still exist, so that's probably a dumb thing to say. Can we get one final get around it?
Get around it.
And Mallory's going to close us off with our famous closing, which is...
Keep sucking those oranges, Hovinkle.
And good night.